Hey guys, so today I have the first episode in a brand new series called Ask Matt. Now recently I asked you guys to leave all of your questions in the comment section of a previous video. Now if you guys are new to the channel, basically I run a series called Matt's Mailbox where I answer your questions regarding Battlefield, FPS shooters and gaming in general. But in the comments, I get a lot of questions from you guys wanting to know a little bit more about myself personally. So I thought I would start a second series called Ask Matt, where you guys could ask me more general Q&A questions about myself, my life, how I got into YouTube, how I got into gaming, and hopefully you guys would enjoy. So today I'm going to answer a few of the questions you guys left, and of course if you want to get your questions answered next time, don't forget to leave those down in the comment section below. Now originally I had planned for this series to be more of a vlog style series. I was going to stand, in front of a camera, show my face. But at the moment, as you actually watch this, I'm currently in the US, so my timetable has been very busy at the moment. So unfortunately, I just haven't had time to stand up in front of a camera. So if that is something you'd like to see in the future, rather than just seeing standard Battlefield gameplay as you see in every video, if you'd prefer to see my face in front of the camera, then again, tell me that in the comments down below. So to kick this series off, I thought I would start with probably the most common question I get asked, almost on a daily basis. This comes in from De Anus, I hope I pronounced that correct. He asks, Matt, why exactly do you have the name The Musketeer? Greetings from Germany. Well, as you guys know, my channel is called Matt the Musketeer, and it's coming up to 2 years old. I started this channel in October 2012, so October of this year, it will be 2 years old. So relatively, it's quite a new channel. But prior to this channel, I was actually part of a previous channel called The Three Musketeers. Now that had been around since 2006, I think the year that YouTube opened, which is probably why we managed to actually grab the original handle, The Three Musketeers. Now that channel was never really used. Originally it was open to upload some media work we did for school, but eventually it just sat dormant and was never really used. And then in 2010, I actually had a machinima partner who was making Call of Duty videos contact me and ask to buy the channel. Now up to that stage, I have been very unaware of the whole world of YouTube gaming videos. Now I started watching this guy's content and I thought, you know what, I could probably do that. So instead of selling him the channel, I thought I will turn this into a gaming channel. So at the time the game was Bad Company 2, I started uploading Bad Company 2 videos. And then when Battlefield 3 dropped, myself and two other friends decided to be the Three Musketeers. All three of us were going to upload content, montages, commentaries, but eventually it ended up just being me doing about 99% of the work. Now of course, the channel was very old, it had some ties with AdSense that hadn't gone 100% correctly, so the channel couldn't be partnered. So I decided to break free and start a brand new channel, and because I had been a musketeer, I still wanted to have that reference that people knew who I was, so it made sense to call myself Matt the Musketeer. So in October 2012, this channel was born. So today's second question comes in from Oliver Nordesgrad, and he asks, what was the first game that you ever played? Now, I was born in 1991, so I was around at the time of the Nintendo 64 and the birth of the PlayStation 1. Now, of course, when I was first born, there were other consoles around, but at the age of about 5 or 6, when I can start remembering playing video games, it was the birth of the PlayStation 1 and the N64. Now, I probably had played games prior to getting myself a Nintendo 64, but I was so young, I don't really remember. I do have faint memories of playing Spyro the Dragon on my friend's PlayStation, but the first game that I ever truly remember playing was when I was probably 6 or 7 when the N64 was first released. My parents got me one for Christmas, and the game I got with it was GoldenEye, of course. If you don't remember GoldenEye, maybe some of you guys are a little bit too young to remember the days of GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64. That was, and probably still is, one of the greatest first-person shooters. So that's probably where my taste for things like Battlefield first came from. My first ever game I owned was GoldenEye. Now, that is a game that was very, very difficult, especially for a 6 or 7-year-old at the time. I have very strong memories of playing that myself, and then my dad would, send me to bed when I was 6 or 7. I'd be laying there in bed, and I'd suddenly hear downstairs the Nintendo 64 whir back up again. So I'm adamant now that my dad used to send me to bed early just so he could try and play on GoldenEye. But that is a pretty awesome game. And actually recently, when I got myself an Nvidia Shield, I got an emulator on it, and the game I've had the most fun playing again recently is GoldenEye. That is just such a timeless classic. Even now, it is very, very difficult. Just waves upon waves of enemies coming at you, and I am actually still struggling to complete that game on the Nvidia Shield. So it definitely does stand up to the test of time, and I'm pretty proud to say that is probably the first game I played, or at least the first game I really got chance to play. So the final question for today comes in from Online Ranger, and he asks, how many hours a day do you spend playing games? Well, hopefully it's going to start to increase. Now, as a lot of you guys will know, recently I have just finished my 5th year of my master's degree in architecture, so as you can probably guess, balancing a YouTube channel and doing an architecture degree, especially a master's degree, does take up a lot of your time. Now, what a lot of guys don't understand, especially when you are doing YouTube, you spend more time editing your YouTube videos, uploading your videos, monitoring the videos, than you do actually playing the game. So, since I've started doing YouTube, I probably only get to play maybe an hour a day. I mean, that's saying that's an average of the week. There are lots of days of the week where I just don't play at all, but if you were to average out my time in a week, it would probably work out to maybe an hour a day, an hour and a half a day, and that's for a couple of different reasons. One, because of the time I have available, but also things like Battlefield 4 can start to stress me out if I play it for a little bit too long. So for my own health, I do try and narrow down how long I play the game. I do find with Battlefield 3, as you can see I'm playing here, I could play it for much longer. Maybe it's because I'm better at that game, I enjoy that game a little bit more maybe, but I could find I could play Battlefield 3 for a lot longer, and that could be the same said for things like The Last of Us or Uncharted. Story games, when I really get involved with that story, I can play for hours at a time. I really get drawn into the story. I think The Last of Us, I played that for about 8 hours straight at one point, so it really does depend on the game. But with Battlefield 4 online, probably a maximum of an hour or an hour and a half before I just have to call it quits. So for me, I think that's about enough. I don't want to get too involved with it all. I think it's healthy to have a balance between gaming and just your normal life. So that about wraps up today's questions. If you did enjoy this video, don't forget to hit like and leave all of your thoughts and comments and questions down below. And as I said, if you would prefer to see this series in a more vlog style rather than gameplay, tell me that in the comments as well. But in the meantime guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you soon.